What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the new 4K releases from Scream Factory for both Cat People and Dog Soldiers. Give you guys my overall thoughts on the films themselves, the audio quality, the video quality, and the comparisons to the previous two releases of these films on Blu-ray. So let's dive into these. Alright guys, again, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. Let's dive into first, probably the more anticipated of the two releases, that being Dog Soldiers. Is this transfer better than the previous Blu-ray release? Is it worth the 4K upgrade? Overall, I'm going to start by saying yes, definitely better than the previous release. Now, the previous release has better artwork, obviously, than this, and this contains no reverse art, as the previous release did have the reverse cover art as well with the original theatrical poster. But the reason this one didn't have that great of a transfer is, from my understanding, this is not from the original camera negative. This is from what they showed at the theaters and everything. So they didn't have the original elements to work with on this transfer. So that is a little bit understandable, but still one of the worst Scream Factory transfers to date. You have a lot of lines in the film. You have a lot of washed out hues, things like that. I know this film isn't made to be bright and shiny. It's supposed to be a kind of grim, dark film, but it was just more washed out than it should have been. So this transfer on this previous release is pretty much obsolete at this point, but I am going to keep it because I do love that slipcover and I just like to keep things. So as far as the Cat People, this is not as big of an upgrade as the previous release. I think this previous release actually looks pretty damn good. I know other people don't agree with that, but I did put this back in, and when you're watching something like this on an upscale 4K player and everything like that, it actually looks pretty damn good in my opinion. So I think unless you're a huge fan of this movie, then you're good with this previous release. And again, it has better cover art than this 4K release. And you do have reverse art on this one, which is the same as the reverse art on the previous release. So, yeah. And then your other artwork on here is the slipcover. But it's kind of weird how they're picking and choosing which ones get reverse art and which ones don't on these new 4K releases. Doesn't really make any sense to me. All right, let's give my overall ratings on each film. We'll start with the 4K release for Cat People. Show you guys the inside of this as well. You do have disc art, which is basically the same, just a different color scheme, but they do look nice. Again, you do have reverse art, which is the same as the slipcover. As far as the transfer on this, it looks fantastic. Again, not much better than the previous Blu-ray release, but it does look amazing. So the transfer itself, I gave a 4.5 out of 5. Now the audio quality, it doesn't sound bad, but I had to turn this up about 10 notches more than, say, the Child's Play 4Ks that came out. So it is really low in my opinion. But once you turn it up enough to be able to hear it, it does sound pretty good. And I gave the audio on here a 4 out of 5. Both of these actually would have benefited from a Dolby Atmos track, but unfortunately that is not present on either release. Now the film itself, I hadn't seen this since it came out. Like, well, not when it came out. But when it came out on the first Blu-ray from Scream Factory. So it's been a long time since I've seen this. And it's exactly what I remembered, though. I remembered it being a slow burn, and that is exactly what this is. I didn't remember much about the story, but you got Natasha Kinski and Malcolm McDowell, who play brother and sister. And pretty much if they have sex with people, they turn into this leopard. They call it a panther in the features, but it's actually a cougar painted black. I don't know. Either way, they turn into this creature, and they have to, from my understanding, consume human flesh to remain human form themselves. There's some sacrificing to these leopards going on to make people this way and everything. It's just a really strange film. There's a lot of dialogue, a lot of artsy stuff going on. This is directed by Paul Schrader, screenplay by Alan Ormsby, who, if you guys have seen Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things, he directed that, which I am not really a fan of at all. But he did do some work on some other films that I do enjoy, like the screenplay for The Substitute and stuff like that. But overall, this movie just didn't grab me. It didn't pull me in. It's not terrible. It's not great. I give it a 2.5 out of 5, just right in the middle. Is it something I'm dying to watch again? No. Did I hate it? No. It just didn't do much for me. Now, you do have her nude in the film for like the last act of the film, and I'm not complaining about that. A few gore scenes here and there, but more sex and nudity than gore for sure. More of an erotic thriller than a horror film, definitely. I say, if you guys are fans of cat people, then definitely upgrade it to the 4K. You do get a lot more features on here, as you guys can see on the back of this release. The previous release, it's pretty slim on features. There's a ton of interviews and stuff on here with Natasha Kinski, Malcolm McDowell, John Hurd, pretty much the whole cast involved, Ned O'Toole, all those people. And some good information on those interviews. They all are pretty short, running 10 minutes or less on the interviews on here, but still entertaining nonetheless. So again, if you guys are huge fans of this, definitely grab it. If not, then definitely wait for a price drop, wait for a Scream Factory sale, something like that. I don't feel like it's worth the $30, $35 that it is right now, unless you guys are wanting the poster. I honestly didn't check to see if either one of these were sold out on the poster. I don't believe they are at this time. I could be wrong on that, though. Don't quote me on that. So again, if you're a big fan, definitely grab it, get the poster, get all that stuff, and don't worry about missing out on the slip. I don't think it's going to go away anytime soon. I think you're safe to order this 6 months from now and still get the slip cover. I don't think it's going to be a huge seller for Scream Factory. All right, move on to Dog Soldiers. Now, this one is a definite yes, upgrade this shit right now. Even if you just kind of like the movie like me. The film itself, I gave a 3.5 out of 5. I didn't love it as much as a lot of people do. A lot of people say this is their favorite werewolf film. Basic story of this is a group of soldiers on a training mission get attacked by werewolves. They meet up with this woman and seek refuge in her home, and they have to pretty much just fight to survive the attack of the werewolves. There is a twist in there as well. Some good gore. The creature effects look great. It holds up pretty damn well. But yeah, just a 3.5 out of 5 for me, though. I don't think the story was really that great. Some of the acting was a little iffy, things like that. I didn't, again, love it, didn't hate it, but I did enjoy it more than Cat People. It is something I will definitely watch again, I'll just say that. As far as the transfer, this one I had to turn up a little bit. Probably about 5 notches more than, again, I'm going to compare to the Child's Play 4Ks, because those are just the best I've seen in a while on 4K releases from Scream Factory, as far as audio and video both. I had to turn this up again about 5 notches more than those. Not as much as Cat People, but it was still a little bit low. As far as the audio, this audio on here, I don't know if I got a defective disc or what, but I had quite a few audio drops where they would be talking, or there would be gunfire going, some kind of action, and the audio would just drop, skip, whatever you want to call it, where I was losing the audio. And again, I don't know if it's just me. I asked around in Facebook groups. Someone said, yeah, they noticed the same thing. Other people said no. So I don't know. I did watch the, I didn't watch the whole thing, but I did put in the Blu-ray that comes with this as well, which looks damn near as good as the 4K, and I didn't notice any audio drops, so I don't know. Let me know if you guys have this, if you've watched it, if you guys notice anything like that. I would be curious to know if you guys experience the same thing. So the audio for me, unfortunately, gets a 3.7 out of 5. I usually try to stick with like 3.5, but it would have been a 4 or higher had it not been for those audio drops, because it does sound pretty damn good. Again, the transfer on here, the 4K transfer, is a 4.5 out of 5. It looks really, really good. It's still not as bright and as vibrant as, again, I'm going to compare to the Child's Play 4Ks, but this movie isn't made to be bright and shiny. This is made to be a darker, grim type feel to it. So But a 4 out of 5 overall, or sorry, 4.5 out of 5 on the transfer here. I got too many ratings going at once. 4.5 out of 5 for the transfer on Dog Soldiers. It's definitely, again, a huge upgrade from the botched release. They did have the original film elements to work with this time, which they were able to present a amazing 4K transfer from those elements. So yeah, tons of features on here as well. Let's compare a little bit to, I mean, the previous release had quite a few features on here as well. They both contain the short film and everything. But yeah, there is new ones on here. The features are actually ported over from the Second Sight version on a lot of these, which is weird because usually when I put in like a 101 Films or something like that, it'll be like Scream Factory's features ported over to theirs. So I think that's the first time I've seen, in recent times anyways, them use another company's features. So that was kind of strange. But I do want to get that Second Sight release as well. It is a beautiful set, and yeah, I hadn't seen this movie again since the release of the original Scream Factory, so it was nice to revisit this in this really awesome transfer. So Dog Soldiers, definitely go out and get, guys. Pay the full price, get your poster, all that stuff if it's still available. Cat people, definitely hold off on that one unless you're just a die-hard fan. I will say, I did enjoy the music to Cat People. The theme and stuff, the music was done by David Bowie. The score was great as well. Yes, there is a difference between the music and the score. The score is like, you know, the music in the background during the film, and the music is just the fucking music. So, yeah, putting out fire with gasoline, you know. What more could you ask for? All right, that's it for this quick review on Dog Soldiers and Cat People. Let me know what you guys think of these movies themselves, what you guys think of these new 4K transfers. Again, I think it's going to be really, really hard to top, especially the transfers for Child's Play 2 and 3. I'm curious to see what they're going to do with the Funhouse, with the Army of Darkness, with the Fog, and all that stuff, and I will keep you guys up to date as soon as I can on these 4K transfers, let you guys know if you should go out and buy them right away, if you guys should wait for a sale, and everything. And definitely keep an eye over on my TikTok as well. I usually post this kind of stuff over there first because it's just faster to do. There's less editing, things like that, and they just upload faster over there, and it's just less work, so why not? And I upload videos over there that I don't upload over here. So definitely follow me over there if you guys aren't already. And I do try to post a lot of that stuff over on Patreon as well. I've been posting my live streams. I got part 1 of my collection up over there. I will be uploading part 2 soon. I just did a live for part 3. So if you guys want to go through my entire Blu-ray collection that is behind me, definitely join the Patreon and be able to watch those at your leisure. And of course, you get extra entries into contests, things like that, and other exclusive videos. So yeah, that's gonna do it, guys. Thank you for watching, and yeah, again, like, follow, all that good stuff. And what's my sign off again? I kind of forgot. Oh yeah, peace, love, happiness to each and every one of you, and I will catch you guys next time. Later.